Can you
Next
please
module,
show?
our next module is Linux.
Hello.
First module was Cloud Essentials. We have completed Cloud Essentials. Second module was IAM. We have completed IAM. And our third module is Linux. So what is Linux?
Yes, ma'am. Can you show once you show the CLI process, programmatic access?
Programmatic access. What you want me
Yes,
to
ma'am.
show?
Yes, that's yes, CLI.
CLI. So here you need to go to
What
search
is
and just type
CLI mean?
PowerShell. Open.
I want to that install it. It's not
This.
getting installed. That CLI.
Okay. You're not able to install. What you need to do, you
Yes.
need to go to Google. Type here AWS CLI install on Windows. Click the first link. Install or update the latest version of AWS CLI. Click. Scroll down. Here you can see three options: Linux, Mac, or Windows. Select Windows because you are using Windows operating system, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So select Windows. Under Windows, you can see the first link here. Download and run the AWS CLI 64-bit. Click this link. As soon as you click this link, here CLI will be downloaded on your desktop. AWS CLI will be downloaded. Now to open that, you need to go to libraries or just click this. Just click this. You need to finish this process because it's already installed in my desktop. You need to click and finish the process. It will install. Is it clear? This is very easy.
Yes, ma'am.
Just you need to download. After downloading, you need to go to that, and here next for you because you are downloading for the first time. Here you need to do next, finish the process. As soon as you finish, it will download. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Madam, why CLI?
Why CLI? Because CLI is secure than console. As a cloud engineer, you need to know how to give access to programmatic, how to give CLI access as well. You're doing console access. This is console access, and you also need to know how to give access to CLI. Is it
Okay.
clear?
Yes, ma'am.
So our next module, can we proceed to our next module?
Yes.
Yes,
Okay, so
ma'am.
our next module is Linux. So what is Linux?
Operating
Operating
system.
system.
Operating system.
Just like
What is
Windows,
operating
Mac,
system?
soul of the system.
Yes. Operating system is an interface between
User,
computer.
Human
human
and
and
computer.
computer.
Yes, human and computer. Computer does not understand human language. That's why we install operating system. So Linux is an operating system. Why are we learning Linux? Because to become a cloud engineer, we need to know 10% of Linux. 40 to 50 commands. We need to know at least 40 to 50 commands, just 10% of Linux. So why companies asking to have hands on Linux? As a cloud engineer, you're responsible to do basic or essential commands. So that's why we are going to learn Linux. Just 10% of Linux. In that 10%, we are going to learn 40 to 50 commands. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So now we'll see what's the difference between Linux and Windows. Linux is faster than Windows. On Windows, this is a Windows. If I want to install any software here, how many seconds or minutes it takes to install? 40 seconds or 1 minute?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
1 minute or max 2 minutes. So in Windows, if we install any software, it takes 40 seconds to 1 minute. But in Linux, if we install any software, it just takes 5 seconds, 5 to 10 seconds. So that's the reason Linux is faster than Windows. And Linux is free, whereas Windows is paid. And Linux is more secure than Windows. And Linux is open source. That means anyone can use it. And Windows is closed source. So these are the 4 points, 4 differences between Linux and Windows. Linux is faster than Windows. Linux is free, whereas Windows is paid. Linux is more secure than Windows. And Linux is open source, whereas Windows is closed source. That's why people worldwide is preferring Linux over Windows. Is it clear, everyone?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So Linux comes with 2 interface, CLI as well as GUI. Hope you all know what is CLI and GUI. CLI is command line interface, where we interact to shell with commands, and GUI is graphic user interface, where we interact to graphics with graphics. Is it clear? Linux comes with 2 interface, CLI as well as GUI. CLI will be more secure compared to GUI. Now the brief history of Linux. Linux is an operating system. Who developed Linux? Linus Torvald developed Linux in the year 1990. Who developed Linux?
Linus
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 Torvald
Torvald.
in the year
Linus
1990. In the year 1990, Linus Torvald has developed the Linux. What are the features of Linux? It's open source, it's free, it's fast, it's secure, it's omnipresent. These are the features of Linux. Due to these features, people are preferring Linux over Windows.
Ma'am, Linux is AB.
No, it's an operating system. Like Windows. Windows is operating system. Similarly, Linux is also an operating system. Currently, we are using Windows operating system. This is Windows. So if we want to use Linux operating system, we need to uninstall Windows and we need to install Linux. Is it clear?
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
It's an operating system. This is your laptop. This is your laptop. In laptop, what you have? Hard disk. On hard disk, you will install operating system. On operating system, you will install applications or softwares. This is hard disk. This is operating system. Currently, we are using Windows operating system. So Windows. This is applications. Oh, for example, now what applications I have on my operating system? Free screen recorder, Microsoft Edge, Do It. These are the applications on my operating system. So these are dependent with each other. Applications are dependent on operating system, and operating system is dependent on hard disk. Without hard disk, can we install operating system?
No.
No. Without operating system, can we install applications?
No.
No.
No. So understood?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So these are the features of Linux. It's an open source, it's free, it's faster, it's secure, it's highly efficient, it's omnipresent. And where Linux is used in satellites or financial institution or in electric to build electronic gadgets or to do ethical hacking. Now, distros of Linux. Distros is basically the types of Linux. So there are how many types of Linux? There are many types of Linux, but these are leading. Red Hat Linux, CentOS Linux, AWS Linux, AWS Linux, which we are going to use now, Ubuntu, Kali, and Parrot. These are the distros of Linux, that is types of Linux, flavors of Linux. How many types? Red Hat Linux, which is used in enterprise level, CentOS Linux, Ubuntu, which is used in server administration, and Parrot Linux, used in forensics, and Kali Linux. Is it clear, everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Till here?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Types of interface, two types of interface, command line interface and graphical user interface. Command line interface where user interacts through commands. User interacts through shell through commands, and GUI where user interacts through graphics. So it provides two interface, CLI and GUI. CLI will be more secure than GUI. Now what is shell? The black screen where we do our commands is known as shell, which accepts the inputs from the user. Is it clear, everyone? What is shell? The black screen. This is Windows PowerShell. So this is the black screen where we interact to screen with commands. This is known as shell, where user needs to give input. Is it clear, everyone? What is shell?
Yes.
Now what is kernel? It's a program inside the shell which helps to interact with shell and hardware. It's a kind of an interpreter. It will be inside the shell. Is it clear, everyone? Backend process. And Linux require less hardware. This is the advantage of using Linux. It requires less hardware compared to Windows. That's why people are preferring Linux over Windows. Is it clear, everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
So now, what is directory in Linux? Directories is basically folders. In Windows, these are the folders, right?
Yes.
This is the folder. Inside the folder, if I go inside the folder, I can see all the files, right? Similarly, in Linux, we call directories. Directories is basically the folders. Inside the directories, we are going to create the files. Understood, everyone? What is directories?
Folders.
Yes.
Folders. So this is the folders which I have created. There are some system folders. These are the system folders, right? Downloads, documents, pictures. These are also the folders. It's a system folders. By default, it will be in your laptop, right?
Yes. Inbuilt.
Yes, inbuilt. These folders are created by us. So similarly, in Linux, you will be having system directories. System directories. Slash. Like in Windows, it's documents or downloads or videos or pictures. Here, it's just slash. Slash is a root directory. Refer to storage. Slash bin is to store binaries. Slash etc is to store password. Slash var is to store variables data. Slash tmp is to store temporary data. And slash home all user data. Slash root user data. And slash dev all device storages. These are the root directories of Linux. Like in Windows, there are downloads, documents, videos, and pictures. Here in Linux, slash bin, slash etc, slash var, slash tmp, slash home, slash root, slash dev. These are the system directories. Is it clear, everyone? System folders. Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Sure?
Ma'am, you have given this PDF in the group. Have you
Yes, I
sent?
have given
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
in morning batch. I have given in afternoon. After this class, I'll send.
Okay, ma'am.
In evening, I'll send.
Okay, ma'am.
Is it clear, everyone? What are system directories?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Okay. So versions of Linux, 3 versions, 7, 8, 9. Okay. So now types of Linux shell prompts. There are 2 types of shell prompts. One is $sign, which represents regular user or pseudo user. And hashtag symbol represents root user. So now there are 3 types of users. In Linux, there are 3 types of users. Root user, regular user, and pseudo user. Pseudo user is the combination of root user and regular user. Some Linux operations are classified into 2: administration commands and non-administration commands. In administration commands, what are you going to do? You are going to create users, you are going to delete users, you are going to set permissions, you are going to reset password, you are going to install softwares, you are going to start and stop the service, you can do cron job, shell script. This all commands comes under administration part. And what is non-administration commands? Just you can create files, directories, copy, edit, delete. That's it. So Linux operation is classified into 2: administration commands and non-administration commands. So root user, there are 3 types of users, right? Root user, regular user, and pseudo user. Root user can do all these administration commands, and regular user can do only non-administration commands. And so because pseudo user is the combination of root user and regular user, so it can do all these commands, administration commands as well as non-administration commands. Is it clear, everyone? Yes?
Yes,
Yes?
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am.
Okay. So there are three types of users: root, regular, and sudo. Two types of its Linux operation is classified into two types: administration commands and non-administration commands. In administration commands, you can do all these operations, and in non-administration commands, you can just create files, directories, copy, edit, delete. That's it. So the symbol, this hashtag symbol represents root user, and dollar symbol represents regular user or sudo user. Linux is case sensitive. That means all the commands are in lowercase. Almost 98% of commands will be in lowercase. Is it clear, everyone? The theory of Linux?
Yes.
Any doubts?
No, ma'am.
So I'm giving you all 5 minutes. In 5 minutes, please revise this. And if you have any doubts, please clarify here itself. Just what you need to understand is Linux is an operating system. Who developed Linux? Linus Torvald in 1990. And types of Linux, how many types of Linux? Red Hat, CentOS, AWS Linux, Ubuntu, Kali, Parrot. And what are the features of Linux? It's faster, it's omnipresent, it's secure, it's free. These are the features of Linux. Linux comes with two interfaces, CLI and GUI. You need to know what is directory. Directory is folder. These are the system folders. You need to remember this. And in Linux, there are two types of Linux operations: administration and non-administration. Three types of users: regular user, sudo user, and root user. Is it clear, everyone? I'm giving you all 5 minutes. It's 7:53 now. I'm giving you all 5 minutes. Please revise. Then we'll start some commands. So now, how are we going to do this Linux commands? Where? Because Linux is an operating system, right? For that, we need RAM, CPU, hard disk, right?
Yes.
How can we get that?
PowerShell.
No, not PowerShell is the CLI of Windows.
Okay.
Linux is a different operating system. So earlier, what we used to do, we used to uninstall Windows operating system, and we used to install Linux. But now, due to cloud computing, we can launch virtual server. Because of cloud computing, we can launch virtual server. So first we need to open our account, AWS account. There is a service called EC2 service, Elastic Compute Cloud. This is the service to deploy or to launch a virtual server. So in search, please write steps, everyone.
Just writing, ma'am.
Ma'am, it is used to.
Launch or deploy. Launch, deploy, or spin the virtual server.
Ma'am, once again.
EC2 service is to launch or deploy or spin the virtual server. Virtual servers in the cloud.
Basically,
Is to launch.
cloud computing will be used to launch this virtual
Virtual
server.
server. Yes. So if we launch the server here, like if I'm in North Virginia, if I launch the server here, the physical server will be launched in the data center of North Virginia. but we are accessing through virtually. First, what we need to do, we need to go to the service EC2 service. In search, you need to type EC2. Click EC2. You will get the dashboard of EC2. This is the dashboard of EC2. So now, when you type EC2 in search, you will get the dashboard of EC2. This is the dashboard. Here, can you see launch instance?
Yes.
Instance is basically server. Synonyms of instance is instance, server, or machine. So what is instance?
Servers.
Server.
Server.
Yes, server. So we are going to launch server. You need to click this. First step is in search, you need to type EC2. After typing EC2, you will get this dashboard. Here you can see launch instance option. You need to click. When you click the launch instance option, here there are some parameters you need to fill. The first is name. You need to give any name. For example, here I'm giving Linux server 23. You can give any name, but there should not be space in between. You can either give dot, full stop, or hyphen. So the name, first step is to give the name. Second step is AMI, Amazon Machine Image, where you need to select the operating systems. Now what are we doing? What is our module?
Amazon Linux.
Linux.
Yes. So what we need to select?
AWS Amazon Linux.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
So in this account, free tier 12 months account, some operating systems, some services are free. So we should use just free services which are free eligible. So now Amazon Linux is free tier eligible, and Windows, if we select Windows, Windows is also free. But whereas other operating systems is paid. So if you select Mac OS, then AWS will charge you. So you need to select which is free eligible. Is it clear, everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
First step is you need to give name. Second step is you need to select the Amazon Linux. Third step is instance type. Instance type is basically the combination of CPU and RAM. So T2 micro gives you 1 CPU and 1 GB memory. Similarly, there are other families as well, other instance types. T2 nano. If I select T2 nano, do I am getting free tier eligible?
No.
No.
It's
That
paid.
means if I select this, I need to pay. AWS will charge me.
Madam, T3 is also free here.
Yes, T3. For some, T2 will be free, and for some, T3 will be free. Which is
I
free, you
have
need to
T3.
select that.
Okay.
Okay. So T2 Nano gives 1 CPU and 0.5 GB memory. T2 Micro will give 1 CPU and 1 GB memory. Similarly, if I select G5X large, it gives 4 CPUs and 16 GB memory. but it's not free, right?
Right, ma'am.
So what is free? We need to select that. For me, T2 micro is free. For you, T3 micro or T2 micro, which is free, you need to select that in instance type. So first step name, second step AWS Linux, third step instance type, fourth step is key pair. This we will be learning in EC2 service. In details, we will be learning in EC2 service. But now we are just seeing how to create because we want to do Linux practice, right? So just to launch the server, I'm giving these steps. In detail, we'll learn later. When we'll do EC2 module, we'll learn later. So here the fourth step is create new key pair. You need to click and you need to give the name of the key pair. I have given the name of the server as Linux Server 23, right? So the key pair name, it's your wish. You can give any name, but so you don't get confused, you can give the same name as server's name. See? Extension should be KP. KP is key pair. The name extension KP, so that you will not get confused. Just in key pair, you need to give the name of the key pair and create key pair. As soon as you create key pair, one PEM file will be downloaded on your desktop. These are the 4 steps. First step is name. Second step is you need to select AWS Linux, which is free. Third step is you need to select the instance type T2 micro or TT micro, which is free. And fourth step is you need to create key pair. That's it. Here you need to launch instance. Last step is just launch instance. As soon as you launch the instance, here in this green color, you can see one ID. You need to click that ID. Just refresh. This is my server. This is in the pending state. You need to wait till it's running state. Now it's running. That means I have successfully launched the server. Is it clear, everyone?
Ma'am,
Now
can
the
you
Launch instance. Can you come again from there?
create key pair from there? Can you please explain once?
what you need to do, just create key pair, give the name, any name you can give, and just create key pair and launch instance. That's it. Is it clear? Yes?
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
After the launch instance, where do we need to check that?
Sorry?
After launching the instance, where do we need to check that? Whether the server has been created.
What you need to change after launching instance? Just launch the instance for now. And here you can see it's in running state. So till 24 hours, it will not charge. After 24 hours, if your instance is running, then AWS will charge for EC2 instance. So what you need to do as soon as you practice your Linux, just select, go to instance state, terminate. Terminate means you are deleting the instance. You are deleting the server. Okay, for now, don't terminate. Just launch the instance, everyone.
कर दी मैं.
Very good, Nargis.
Thank you, ma'am.
Very fast. Nargis is very fast.
Completed. No?
Yes. I'm giving you all 3 minutes. Launch the instance Sabha Tabassum. Very good, Sabha. Sarah, very good, Sarah. Sabha, are you from the morning batch?
No, ma'am.
So you need to, your three instances are running. So terminate two instances. Just select, go to instance state and terminate. Only Sabha because you have launched three instances. Terminate any two instances. Very good for Yasmin.
After selecting where to terminate, ma'am?
After select the name of the instance here, then go to instance state. There are five states: stops, instance, start, instance,
Yeah,
reboot,
okay. Got it.
terminate. So you need to terminate. So as soon as you do Linux practice, you need to terminate the instance or else AWS will charge. See, for example, here I haven't terminated the instance, so AWS has given charged me for that. My December charges was 0.77 USD. For which services I got charges: Route 53, Elastic Compute Cloud, and RDS EC2. So what is 0.77 USD in INR? 0.77 USD in INR, 64 rupees. So this is how, if you don't terminate, you will get charges.
Where to see that billings, ma'am?
Okay. So billings here, you'll have your account name, right? You need to click. Here you can see billing and cost management. Click and are you able to see my screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So here you will have your account name, right? The name of your AWS account. Then in billing section, click the billing and cost management. Then here left side you can see bills. Click to that bills. You can see here my January billing is 0.59 USD. So if you don't terminate, you will get bills.
Ma'am, can we terminate now?
No, I'll show how to connect.
Okay.
Okay. So everyone, have you all launched the instance?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So now let's see how to connect. So you need to select the instance. Here you can see connect option. Yes. Can you all see connect option? Click.
Yes, ma'am.
First you need to select the instance, just then connect. The default username of Linux is EC2 user. The default name is EC2 user. EC2 user is basically the sudo user. And just connect. As soon as you connect, you will get the shell, Linux shell, where you can see the bird. Please mute your mic. So when you connect, you will get this bird. This is known as Linux shell. You can do all the Linux commands here.
Ma'am, please answer it.
See, you all try, select the instance, connect, just connect. You can go with the steps without seeing also. Nargis, very good, Nargis.
Sir, connected.
After connecting, you will get this black page, black shell.
Do we need to select any instance?
Okay. See here. Select the instance which you have launched. Select connect here. Scroll down. Again connect. Is it clear? You should get the Linux shell. Here the bird. If you get this bird, then you have successfully connected to Linux shell. Very good, Tiksha and Nargis.
Thank you, ma'am.
Sabah, Farah Yasmin, very good.
Thank you, ma'am.
And others, who is this? 3269 79954.
It's me, Naila.
Name?
Naila.
Okay, Naila, very good, Naila. Very good, Sarah. Okay. So hope you all know how to launch the instance, how to connect to Linux shell. Yes?
Yes.
So now these are some commands, basic commands. Let's see how to do commands here. These are the general commands of Linux. cat/etc/os release is the command to know the version of your Linux in which you are working. pwd is to check present working directory, in which folder you are working. whoami to see the username, default username. Groups lscpu, lsmem to check the CPU information, to check the memory information. These are the general commands you need to know. Free is the command to check the status of your memory. df-h ipa or ifconfig to check the IP address information. Shutdown and reboot to shut down Linux, to restart Linux. History to check all the previous commands. Hostname CTL to set the name of your the public IP or private IP. Ping to check the IP connectivity. Top, PS, kill. These are the general commands of Linux. So now you are going to do these commands. Just type these commands. You need to remember these commands. First command is cat etc cat space slash etc slash os release. So if I type this command cat space slash etc slash os release, this is the command to see the version of Linux. So what's my version? 2023 version. Is it clear, everyone? Show once again. What you want me to show? One command. This is the command slash cat space slash etc slash os release to check the version. So which is my current version? 2023 version. Similarly, you need to do all these commands now. pwd is present working directory. So by default, we will be in home directory. So what's the command? pwd. Enter. So I'm in home directory. Home directory is the root directory. And similarly, who am I command is to see which user am the EC2 user. By default, we will be as EC2 user. EC2 user is a sudo user. Got it, everyone? Please do these commands. First, start with this command cat space slash etc slash os release to check the type of your Linux and the version. Similarly, ls cpu is to check the CPU details. You can read the details here. 32-bit. This is the information of CPU. lsmem is the command to see the information of your memory. So now do all these commands, everyone. Very good, very good, Sagufta, Nargis. Very good, Nargis. Diksha, good, Diksha. You need to remember these commands. These are the general commands. Farah Yasmin, very good. Very good, Sabah. Do all these commands except shutdown. If you pass this shutdown command, the Linux shell will be shut down. So except this, do all the other commands except shutdown. Like in Windows, if you shut down here, if you shut down your Windows, your laptop will be off, right? If you shut down. Similarly, if you pass the command, because Linux is CLI based, so if you type the command shutdown, your shell will be off. So you should not do shutdown. Reboot is to restart. Sri Diksha, good. Shukta, very good. Shagupta, Naila.
Farha, Yasmin, very good.